Hi everybody, this is Dan again from CleanGuru, and today I promised you we'd talk about, well, typically we talk about sales and marketing ideas because they're so important to growing your cleaning business. But we do want to talk about other issues as well. So for example, today I mentioned we talk about a customer service issue. The specific topic would be, when is a problem fixed? You know, a customer calls into your office and you take the call and it's reported that you missed putting out some toilet paper, something spilled, something happened, there's a complaint of some kind, and so you want to respond to that and you want to fix this complaint, you want to correct this problem. So when is that done? So let me tell you a couple stories about Tony and I very early on and how we handled that and how it just failed. It just failed miserably, and what we learned from that. Let's say we had a customer call in with a complaint, and I remember at first we would send out one of our managers or one of our cleaning people to kind of take care of it and say, hey, you know, Sally or Steve, you know, make sure you take care of that tonight. And that was the end of it. In fact, we kind of wouldn't call back. I mean, we knew we had sent somebody out to take care of it, so done deal, right? Wrong. It turns out that, you know, I might get a call a few days later at the office. Hey, Dan, sure. How's it going, Steve? Not so good. Is anybody going to come out here? The bathroom still looks the same way, or you know, no one fixed the problem. Well, there was no one more shocked than me, but I shouldn't have been shocked. I should have known it didn't get fixed. I thought it had gotten taken care of. And here now I am embarrassed because this customer's calling back. Why? We didn't get it taken care of. Now, when you ask the staff and we talk at a meeting, well, it turns out, well, so-and-so told so-and-so to take care of it, but things got busy and they never got to it. Well, here we are with a red face, embarrassed because we didn't get the job taken care of. So we learned better than that. So the next thing we did is he said, well, you know, we'll make sure that, you know, that it's taken care of. Well, so we call, so here a complaint comes in, and let's say again a bathroom got missed or something didn't get taken care of. So we call the next day and we'd say, Sally, this is Dan over at the cleaning company, just wanted to make sure that bathroom got taken care of for you the way you wanted it to. No, Dan, in fact, I was going to call you. They didn't do the bathroom. Sally, I'm embarrassed. Let me dig into why this happened and get back to you. Well, it turns out when I talked to the staff, maybe we cleaned an employee plant bathroom, or somehow we missed which bathroom was the problem. Either way, we missed the problem. Again, there we are, red-faced, thinking we're taking care of them, and we didn't. Or, you know, there could be other problems. I recall, I thought, oh boy, we're going to be a hero. We took care of the problem right away, call them up the next day and say, and I know, in fact, I had one of our managers check to make sure we cleaned the right bathroom, let's say. So all set, nothing could go wrong, right? Well, you call them and the person might say, I'd say, yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything looks good in that bathroom you had that problem with. We fixed that last night. Want to make sure you're okay with that. Well, yeah, Dan, we're okay with that, but I see your guys left their buckets and barrels and the things they were working with all over, and some wrappers from the fast food restaurant in the hallway there. Oh, you know, unprofessionalism. We didn't follow up. We didn't make sure the place looked good after we took care of a problem. So there we were again. Well, we had weekly meetings in our office, and so we finally learned in those meetings to talk about this. We finally learned how to assign, when a complaint or a request came in, how to assign it to a person, how to make sure to check it afterwards to make sure it was done, how to make sure the building was completely taken care of. And then we also learned this, that a complaint, we used to say it all the time, a complaint wasn't really fixed until we had taken that customer all the way from being unhappy all the way back to feeling happy again. So it wasn't fixing the problem. That didn't mean we were done. We weren't done until we fixed the problem and that customer was back to happy. How would we know the customer's back to happy? By calling, stopping out, talking to them to make sure we had gotten it taken care of. Now the neat thing, or the good news about this is, if you really do take a proactive position on fixing problems, you can actually rise in their opinion of you beyond where you were. If you're very responsive when they have a problem and you delight them by completely taking care of it right away, making sure, stopping out, getting them back to being very satisfied with you, well, it can actually be a good thing, not the worst thing that ever happened when there's a complaint or a request. It's an opportunity. Anyway, learn from our mistakes. Eventually, we turned things around, and it got to be a pretty good system, and you might want to pattern something like that in your own company. Next time, let's keep on this idea of management and operations. Let's talk about quality control, inspections, quality control. Now that sounds boring, but I promise that I think what I talk about next time about quality control and inspections, you won't find boring. So make sure you check in next time. Until then, remember that you can do this. You really can.